So, Joe, I know the first presentation we want to talk about is one you're doing on Siri, which
Yes,
is arguably one of the hottest things out there. I'm anxious to see how you're going to present that and also what your thoughts are on the state of Siri.
Siri. So what I'm actually going to do for this presentation, if everything goes well, is I'm going to use the iPhone itself as the presentation device. So I will not be even hooking up my Mac to the projector. I'm going to hook up my iPhone directly to the projector. And all the things that I demonstrate with Siri, I'll demonstrate live if I can. I have this fear that that moment is going to be one of those rare times when Apple's Siri servers go out, as they have done a couple of times before, or I lose my Wi-Fi connection or something disastrous happens. So I probably ought to have like an alternative plan in case things flip out at the last minute. But I'm planning to demonstrate a lot of things directly, from my iPhone to the screen. And then there will be a part of my presentation that I'll run on Keynote on my iPhone. So trying to really squeeze everything I can out of Siri and out of the iPhone 4S. I wanted to obviously I'm going to demonstrate the basic stuff that Siri can do. I'm going to demonstrate some of the things that Siri can do that a lot of people probably haven't heard of, or that are a little bit more complex. And there's going to be sort of this progression from, basic things into tricks that a lot of people have heard of, but maybe not everyone, to slightly more out there things. I'll demonstrate this great Mac app called AirDictate, and it lets you talk to well, it's actually a pair. It's an iOS app and a Mac app, but it lets you use Siri's dictation engine to type stuff on your Mac. Now, I mean, I have speech recognition programs on my Mac anyway, but that's a really cool thing to be able to do, especially since Siri is available for no extra cost. So we'll do that kind of stuff, and I'll talk about some of the weird ways you can get Siri to, open apps, which it's not supposed to be able to do, and tweet, which it's not supposed to be able to do, and open Facebook, which it's not supposed to be able to do. They're little sort of gentle hacks that you can do. And then I'll be talking about the more hardcore stuff like Siri proxy. So if you are willing to set up your own DNS server and install weird software on your Mac and jump through several other hoops, you can basically intercept some of Siri's commands and get it to do arbitrary things. I mean, there are tons of studies that have been done by doctors and psychologists and efficiency experts and academics on multitasking. These people who believe, as is very common, that you can get more done if you do more things at once. And really you can't. Honestly, you can't. You may perceive that you can. You may think you can, and your computer may be able to do that, but multitasking turns out to be really bad for people. People turn out to be bad at multitasking, and one study showed that the people who believed that they were best at multitasking were, in fact, when they actually measured their efficiency, were the worst at multitasking. So, and the idea is we're eliminating all distractions so that you can unitask more effectively. And I really like the idea of that in theory, but it turns out that a lot of these attempts to create an environment that is comfortable for unitasking actually do exactly the opposite. They actually make it harder to do a task. They actually force users to multitask when it looks superficially like you're unitasking. And I'm going to give some demonstrations of exactly what I mean by this, and I'm hoping that it's going to be really eye-opening. People are going to say, "Oh, I never realized." Now, I'll just give you one minor example.